In this quick video, I'm going to show you how to center the anchor point, also known as a pivot or origin point, to your layer contents in After Effects. So when you create a shape, I'm just going to delete the one I have and create a new one by going over to my shape tool, and I'm going to use star, but you can use any shape, obviously, or draw your own. And I'm just going to draw out a star. Nice. You'll see that the layer itself, the anchor point, is in the center of my composition. That's for good reason. Each shape within the layer will have its own anchor point on top of the one that is included for the entire layer. So if I really wanted to here, I could go in and drop down my contents, drop down the star itself here, drop down its transform, and I can see that it has its own anchor point by just clicking on any of these. I'll see its bounding box and this mini anchor point here. So I could control it by animating these keys here within the Polystar contents. But what I want to do specifically is change the transform value so that my anchor point is centered within the shape itself for this example. So if I want to do that, all I need to do is have my layer selected, right click, go to center anchor point in layer content, or Control Alt Home on your keyboard. If you hit that, the main anchor point for the entire layer will then end up in the center of whatever content you have. So if you have more than one shape, it will be the center of all of those shapes. And that is basically it. Now, if I want to rotate along this transform value, I can. And there's its center. So that's pretty useful. Another instance where this would be useful is, say, if you have an image file here and you accidentally hit your pan behind tool, which will move the pivot point. So you accidentally bring your pivot somewhere you didn't want it, like this top corner. And if I want to bring it back to the center of my image, say I'm rotating and I want it to spin from the center, but instead it's spinning from that weird corner angle, all I have to do is make sure that my layer is selected like I did before, right click, go to transform, go to center anchor point in layer content, Control Alt Home, and then my anchor is pulled right back in. I know that sometimes I accidentally hit this key and move the pivot around by accident. So this is a good way to get it to reset as well. So that's another good use for this little shortcut of right clicking and going to transform and going to center anchor point in layer content, and you should be good to go. I hope that you found this helpful. If you did, please check out my playlist in After Effects for more like this. And thank you guys so much for watching.
If you want to support me and see what I've been working on, check out my explainer video channel.